Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Bluesfantv. I hope you guys are keeping well. Big shout out to everyone that has subscribed to the channel, everyone that has been part of this family. I just want to say a big thanks to you guys, and the sky is the limit. So, guys, let's get into this one. Very quick one. I'm just gonna go through all you know the breaking and shocking and whatever news we've had today. On Blues Fan TV. If you are very much around, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and very much important, drop in your comments. Let me know what you think about the whatever that is going on in Chelsea today. So just 1 minute. I want to make sure Chelsea today. So just 1 minute. I want to make sure. Right, just trying to check my microphone, to be honest. So just one. That blends. Are you drowning in pain? Yeah, I think we're there. I think the microphone is working. So I'm just making sure that everything is okay before I start pouring, whatsoever I'm trying to do. So yes, guys, we will be going through all the breaking news and whatever has been around Chelsea today. If you are very much around, don't forget to stick around. Let's have a conversation. Drop your comments, drop your likes, share the videos. That's the only way these videos can be recommended. So the very much one that we've got here, the latest one that we've got here is breaking news. Nottingham Forest set to lodge formal complaint over Chelsea's lenient hiding payment punishment. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. And it further says Nottingham Forest are weighing up a formal complaint to the Premier League over what they consider to be insufficient punishment, handed to Chelsea. The West London club were fined, like we all know, we were fined 10.7 million and given a suspension, transfer ban following the discovery of 4.5 million undisclosed payment to agents and players spanning 7 years. So the sanction drew widespread criticism from the cross of the football world, with many feelings escaped to lightly given in the absence of any sporting penalties. This is crazy. This is crazy. You know what? I mean, Forest has always been one of those teams that um good job, boss. Big up Taufik. See you, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, so to be honest with you, Nottingham Forest has always been one of these football club that how do I say it? Always like to poke nose in people's problem. If you remember vividly, last season, Forest went all out to make sure that Crystal Palace didn't go to Europa League. They make sure they report and throw and every other evidence that they've got to make sure that Crystal Palace doesn't go to Europa League due to the dual ownership of the owners of Crystal Palace and whatever. So now they are coming for Chelsea again. I think this owner of Nottingham Forest needs to be careful in whatsoever is trying to achieve, because I don't know the reason why he's trying to they are trying to dig into the problem, because I don't see any way where this favors Nottingham Forest, to be honest. We're not in the same group on the table. We're not. Yeah, they are Premier League antagonists. Yeah, absolutely. I do agree with you. I do agree with you, because this is crazy. I mean, Chelsea is being fined. We've been banned from, signing academic players and all. What else does Nottingham Forest want? To be honest, I don't know. I don't know what else Nottingham Forest wants, to be honest, because realistically, we're not in the bottom of the table. They're there battling with relegation. We're still very much trying to see if we can qualify for Champions League or whatever. And even if we're being deducted points, I don't see any way where this really, favor Nottingham Forest, or I don't just know. I don't know why they like digging into, club's problem. To be honest, we're being fined £10.7 million, and of course we're being sanctioned. We're being so. What else does Nottingham Forest want? I think this guy needs to focus on not getting relegated from Premier League instead of prognosing in what's going on in Chelsea. You know, I mean, with this fine and this sanction, we're not happy about it. We don't want any more problem to come up for us. And like Tafika said, I think these guys, they are really trying to mess everybody around, because if they had focus on what the problem that they've got right now, I think, in my own opinion, Nottingham Forest are one of the club that needs to really, really focus on themselves, trying to, find a way through, because 7 more games, we don't know, they can still find themselves in relegation. So I think this is bullshit. This is nonsense. It shouldn't be something that Nottingham Forest should be worried about. If a club like maybe United, Aston Villa, or probably Liverpool, or maybe Fulham. Fulham is still a little bit closer to us. If they are trying to fight for this will have make a little bit sense. We might be thinking, oh, maybe they want us out from, the Champions League. But I don't know how this really, really comes to, advantage of Nottingham Forest. Honestly, this is crazy, man, crazy. So I'm gonna move to the next one, the very much next one. This one is a little bit controversial, and honestly, I still want to believe that this is not. I still want to believe that this is not a genuine news. This is maybe a rumor or something. But if this is true, bro, we are doomed. Honestly, as a club, I want to believe we are doomed. If this and what I'm about to read out right now is true, bro, no way, no way, bro. So this is particularly talking about Liam Rossini. It says, um, when asked Liam Rossini about the top four, he said top four isn't the priority, bro. It said top four isn't the priority right now. We're focused on building long-term structure, identity, and consistency. Matter more than immediate results. Let me come back. So what he's saying is top four isn't the priority right now. We're focused on building long-term structure, identity, and consistency. More than immediate results. Okay, he further said, "We have no intention of finishing in the top four this season. The goal is to develop the team that want to compete, that want to improve, but the focus is on developing a team that can dominate for years, not just finish in the top four once and chase short-term position. Chelsea demands success, but we're not rushing the process. The project is clear, and we were sticking to it." Bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. At Gob the Chop, saying big ups to you, bro. I hope you're doing well. You interviewed my friend Raf. Oh, amazing, bro. Amazing, amazing. I'm always meeting new people every game and now and then. So, uh, big ups for sending a shout out, and my regards to Rav as well. So yeah, my regards to Rav. Anytime you come across him, just tell him I said big shout out to him. Yeah, so like you said, Chelsea will never be the same after Ibrahimovic left. I still want to believe you're right, because it's obvious from the day one that all this sanction and whatever started. We know where we're going. We know we will be facing the toughest time, as a Chelsea fan, because all these problems started immediately. The sanction begins, and I think we were so lucky to have Thomas Tuchel at that time. If not, I don't even know where this club will be, because we might not be able to win that Champions League. We might not be able to win that Super Cup, and of course. The is it the Club World Cup? Yeah, I think so. So this one that I've just said now is disturbing. It's disturbing. It's very very alarming. I still want to believe it's a rumor. I don't want to totally believe that this one is coming from Liam Rosinho. But if this is coming from Liam Rosinho, I'm sorry, we are done. We are done as a football club because this says top four isn't our priority right now. I don't want to believe this, to be honest, because if you are saying this as a manager at this time, at this time of the season where we've just lost 4 games in a row, where we can see that the players are not happy, they are protesting, the way they are playing is not making sense. The goalkeeper, the defensive line, the tactics into the game, the player mentality, and everything is just not working out. So if a manager can come out and set this kind of bizarre, statement, I think we are in a deep, deep problem. We are in a deep, deep problem. And he further says that, we are focused on building long-term structure. What sort of nonsense long-term structure? We are Chelsea. We don't believe in, building for future or whatever. We believe in, the instant result, bro. We believe in the instant result. What's going on right now is very much important to Chelsea fan than every other thing. So I believe this is a stupid statement. I really don't want to believe that this is coming from Liam Rosinho. So I don't believe this is coming from him. But if this is coming from him, I think this is a huge, huge, huge mistake. This is a huge, huge mistake. And I could still remember that last season, this is one of the things that put us in a very, very deep shit. I remember towards starting of December when we were really doing well, we were competing in the Premier League. I think we were second behind Liverpool or Arsenal. I can't remember. Sorry, guys. And Maresca came out to say, "Oh, we're not entitled to raise and all these things." And bro, we started getting cooked. December was a disaster. January was one of the most, unbelievable for us. But having said all these things, I'm not expecting a young manager like Liam Rosinho to come out and say this sort of statement. Top four isn't our priority right now. I think if that's the mentality right now, we are in a big problem. We are in a big problem. So I don't think I don't think this sort of statement would help in any way, because like I said earlier, there's a lot of shit going on. The players are not ready to play. They believe the structure is not working out. So to me, if realistically he had said this statement, I'm telling you, we are in a big problem. We are in a big problem. And yeah, let me just quickly reply to this. So great point, bro. Yeah, of course. Have you ever met one of the players? No, bro. Honestly, I don't really have time for, the player things and whatever, because honestly, I don't realistically think it's the high time to start meeting players because I focus more on the fans, to be honest. I really, really focus more on the fans. I fancy talking to the fans than the players, honestly, you know. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just focus on what the fans' opinion is, That's the basic things right now, bro. But I appreciate that, for asking me that. That's a very, very good question. I love that question. But honestly, what I'm doing right now is just focus on the fans, The fans own, the football space more than any other thing. So yeah, so you said it was Liverpool, yes, Colwill and Maresca. I remember we're saying we're not in title race, and then we drew to Everton, lost to Ipswich. Absolutely, bro, absolutely. So I think that sort of statement doesn't work out for, especially this kind of a young team where they don't have the mentality of winning, winning, winning all the time. So if you are saying this sort of statement in this, I mean, how do I say it? In this tough time for Chelsea. I think you're not helping because you're telling the players to just go all out there to just do whatever they think is right. And yeah, so in my own opinion, I believe Chelsea doesn't have time to build, to structure, identity, and consistency, and whatever you're talking about, bro. What we need from you is to go all out there and get us of a result. That's all we need. That result is very, very much important to us than every other thing, to be honest. I don't believe in the structure. I don't believe in the project. I believe that project is bullshit. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. And we said it yesterday. When you're signing players, most of the players that are signed this summer, we can't even sell them half of them price. So why do they keep buying young? I don't know how this really work out, to be honest. I don't know what these guys are doing. This is crazy. Most of the players we're buying, in the sense of buying them and selling them, they're depreciating. I don't think anyone in their right sense will come out and sign the Garnacho for that crazy amount. You know, it's terrible, to be honest. It's terrible because when you look at the project that these guys called so-called project, I'm sorry, it's crazy. It's not working out. It's not working out. And at the end of the day, I'm starting to think that there's another thing behind this project of a thing. Maybe these guys are just here to ruin this football club. Because if you are calling it a project, most of the signings that you made this summer, most of the signing that you've made this summer, nothing is profitable from it. You can't sell Gittins next season for more than 60 million. Nobody's gonna pay 60 million for Gittins. Nobody's gonna pay 40 million for Garnacho. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Something needs to change. These guys need to realize that this football club has been in every biggest game of every biggest stage. So we don't buy the ideas of structure, identity. We already have a culture. That's the one thing that I am so confident of. We as a team already have a culture. We don't need anyone to come in and create another, you know. That's what we're saying. This thing, something needs to change, to be honest. Something needs to change. So something needs to change realistically. And at Christian18925 just said, "Hello, I'm a Chelsea fan too. I genuinely struggle to support this Chelsea team currently because it doesn't feel like Chelsea anymore." Honestly, honestly, bro, look, you've said it all. You've said it all in your final statement. This current Chelsea doesn't feel like Chelsea anymore. I mean, and this is one of the things that I'm really, really concerned about. When fans start losing that connection, that that sort of big connection that you have with your football club, when you start losing it, I'm telling you, is crazy. It's crazy. I'm telling you, when you start losing that sort of connection that you have, that sort of love that you have with your football club, I mean, it's going to an end because I do believe that every Chelsea fan, everyone everyone that has supported Chelsea right from time has their own passion, something that they really really love about this football club. In my own situation, I love this football club because we're always fighting, we're always competing, we're always doing all these things. you know Chelsea, that I know for years, has always finished in the top four, has always tried as much as possible to compete for Premier League, to compete for any, you know, any domestic league that we found ourselves. But now you can definitely see that something big is changing. Something big is changing. And that's what I'm saying. I'm still saying it. I don't really understand these guys. I don't think, because if you call it a project, you want to make money from it. It should be working out. But now it's not even working out. It's not working out. All this crazy player that we're signing, at the end of the day, we're gonna sell them for a lower and a cheaper amount. Because if they're not doing well, if the club is not doing well, if the team is not doing well, how do you sell them, for God's sake? How do you sell them? So it's really terrible. So hello, this is coming from at good up. He said, "Hello, I'm very tired. Love your channel. Good night." Yeah, good night, bro. Thank you so much for showing the love. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, brother. good night and enjoy your night. So, yeah, like I said, it's crazy. It's crazy, to be honest. It's just unbelievable. So, as Christian said, I hate it because I've always loved this club, even when we were good or bad. Absolutely, I do agree with you. There's always good days, there's always bad days. You can't expect your football club to be 100% and every season. But the reality is that there's a difference between being 100% in a season, or you know losing the culture, losing the identity. What we've been doing for the past 3-4 years now is losing the identity that we've created for years. Sometimes it's not all about losing game. And that's why you see these days fans are crazy. It's not all about losing that game, but we're losing our identity. We're losing what we have built in years. I could still remember vividly in 2012, we're not that good. We're not that good. We're struggling. I think we were six in the table. But at the end of the day, we won the Champions League. That's Chelsea for you. That's our identity. That's our passion. That's what Chelsea is all about. But these days, you can see that we are losing everything. Even when we are bad, we can still not provide that sort of high top, performance. And that's what happened against PSG. That's what happened against PSG. We're so bad, and it shows off. I'm telling you, back in those days, we might be so bad, but we can still pull up performance and still beat PSG and go through. But today, it looks like we're losing the identity, and we're losing on and off the pitch. So it's crazy, brother. It's crazy. I really, really understand what you're talking about. But it is what it is. What can we do? We have to keep going. We have to keep supporting this football club. And I'm gonna go through some of the comments that we had on this post. It's crazy, man. So there's a lot of comments here. People are just, people are not happy about the statement, if that statement is true. So some of them are just some people are just saying, what a pathetic things to say. This is a loser. You know, a lot of things, a lot of comments are here. People are just not happy because obviously, if you love Chelsea and you're so passionate about it. When you saw this kind of a post, you're like, what the hell is going on? So, in my own opinion, I think I just want to believe that this is a rumor. I want to believe this is not coming from Rosinio. But if this is coming from him, I'm sorry. We are in the deep shit. We are in the deep shit. So, let's go into the last one. The last one for the day. Honestly, I'm not able to go through all these things, but I'm going to talk about this one. This one is very, very important to me as well. I feel like we need to talk about it. So this one is talking to Garnacho. He said Alexandra Garnacho has removed his DP and Chelsea from his bio on Instagram. Could this possibly be a hint of exit at Chelsea soon? How do you stay supporting Chelsea when it feels like the identity is lost? Absolutely, it's crazy. It's crazy because that shows how much the passion that you have for this football club. I know this question, it's so hard, to be honest. How do you stay supporting Chelsea when feels like the identity is lost? Because you cannot detach yourself. You are addicted to Chelsea. I am addicted to Chelsea. I can't stay home. I can't stay home watching Chelsea on the TV. I love being at the ground. I love going home and away games. I still love the boys. I still believe that one day things can change. If we can change from Abramovich era to this era, I still believe that we can change from this era to another era. Something can change. We're not. It's. How do I say this? We're not gonna make a change by sitting down at home. We've got to be there. We've got to show the love to the boys and just keep believing. And the most important thing is just to say, make sure you speak out whenever you need to speak. Your own opinion is very, very important. Always bring out your own opinion. That's what I believe, and that's what this channel is all about. Making sure that every Chelsea fan voice is being heard out there. No matter what you think, it's your own opinion. You are a Chelsea fan. You are entitled to say whatever you think. So, in my own opinion, We might be going through the hard time. We might be having another new ownership, but obviously tomorrow anything can change. The ownership can decide to sell the football club to someone that's got so much passion, and we can go back to Ibrahimovic. Or maybe this ownership can decide to say, look, this project is not working for us. Let's try something else. So it's all about belief. It's all about the love and everything. So onto this one that I'm talking about. It says Guanacho has removed his DP and Chelsea from his bio on Instagram. Look, like I said this, you know, before we signed Garnacho. I said it that we know what we are buying. The fans needs to be ready with online emotion, because this guy, we know him very well from United. He likes to do all these things. When he's protesting, when he's not happy, that's what he likes to do. Go to his page and all this rubbish. It's not a new thing. We know the kind of a player we're signing. So if there's any Chelsea fan that is so surprised about Garnacho taking Chelsea off from his DP and whatever, bro, I think you don't know this guy quite well. He's been like this since the day one that he came to United. Any little pressure is always out there to show, his emotions. Always out there to protest. Because in my own opinion, you have not shown anything that warrants you to be one of the reliable player for Chelsea. You have not even scored up to 10 goals. You have not. So look, this guy, that's his identity. That's what he likes to do all the time. He likes to protest through the Instagram and whatever. So I'm not surprised that he's taking Chelsea off from from his DP. I think this might be the start and the end of his career at Chelsea. You know, yeah, I believe this might be, his end of his career at Chelsea, because I don't think he's gonna get away with what he's doing in United with Chelsea. I don't think this ownership have that sort of patience to keep him around for a long time if he keeps demonstrating all this shit. I still believe it's social media for now, but if he try to show this sort of identity, I don't think he's gonna escape this summer. So because I think we all know Guanacho, we all know him. He has done a lot of silly things when he was in United. There was a time he went on to where I think Sancho, just is it Sancho or Rashford from Aston Villa or whatever. So these guys have always been like this. We know him. He lack discipline. He lack social discipline and all these things. So to me, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised to see that he's showing this attitude again at Chelsea. You know, and like I said, I was not even in support of signing a player like Garnacho, because I know that. Yeah, I know that this is gonna come. This is gonna come immediately. Anything happening is gonna kick off and it's gonna start the attitude again. That's one big problem about these players. They are always addicted with their, you know, personality, their problems, and all. So I'm not really surprised. Let me go back to the comments. Yeah, I will keep believing the most realistic scenario is the owner change. Absolutely, absolutely. I think the biggest difference between last 5 years and last 4 years is this ownership. The way the project they introduced was just unrealistic. So, and the next one was, how did Chelsea end up with so many problematic players? Absolutely, you should be expecting something like this, to be honest, because you know, from the first instance, I don't think Garnacho deserves to be in Chelsea. I don't think he deserves to be in Chelsea, because we saw all this attitude from United. He did a lot of attitude before he left United, delete United from his page, wearing other football club jersey. He's always trying to make noise on internet. That's Garnacho for you. That's Garnacho for you, to be honest. But the thing is, like, I would say maybe doing all those sort of things in United looks a little bit, you know. But in Chelsea, that you have not even done anything for us. You have not even, most of the games, people are always like, come on, bro, you can do more, you can do more. So I feel like What he's doing right now does not make any sense. It does not make any sense. We signed you for a huge amount of money. You're taking, huge amount of salary. You've not done anything for this football club. Why are you, it's crazy. It's crazy. So to me, I feel like he needs to change. He needs to work on his attitude. If he doesn't work on his attitude, he might be on his way out in summer. And I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised because there's quite a few good players out there. I was still sick about Chelsea not signing, the likes of Semenyo. Semenyo was bought, I think, 40, 50, 50 million, or is it 60 million? I don't know. Very cheap, more than what we bought Gaten. So I feel like, in my own opinion, I'm not seeing the signing as a big deal. And I would have kept Sancho, to be honest. I would have kept Sancho than having Garnacho in the club. I wish Sancho decided to drop in his wages. I would have preferred to have Sancho in that team than Garnacho. But at the end of the day, we've signed him. He's become a Chelsea player, and we just have to keep going with it. But this attitude, I don't see it lasting in Chelsea. So, guys, thank you so much for joining the live stream. I'm really, really happy. Some people came up and, dropping comments, and I want to say big shout out to at Gob the Club. Is it Gob the Chop? Yeah, Gob the Chop. Big shout out to at Taufik, and of course, big shout out to at Christian 18925. You guys were absolutely amazing. You guys made the live stream, a little bit more better tonight. So, guys, that's where we're gonna be seeing it. For tonight. Thank you so much. If you have been around from the start of the live stream, I want to say, very, very big thanks to you. If you have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Let's keep growing as a family. And if you've already subscribed, I want to say a big shout out to you for joining the family. Let's keep doing this. I will make sure I'm always here, like every night, 11 p.m. Talk to you guys about what's been going on all day, as much as I can. So yeah, thank you very much at Christian. Great channel in between. Thank you so much. So, and if you come across this video, this live stream, please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, of course, the sky is the limit. I'll see you on to the next one tomorrow. Peace and love.